There's no better way to get better at football than playing football. So if you want to,
Taylor's going to finish it.
I've always been confident in my abilities. I think, I'm a guy that can go out there, and I always believe in myself that I'm going to get open and make the play if they throw me the ball.
The third. Ryan, end zone shot for Pierce. He caught it. Oh, what a...
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Colts Cast. We are here to talk about everything and anything Indianapolis Colts. I'm Eric Smith, your host today for the Colts Cast. Look, I'm here to discuss the sad news that has occurred within this organization in the past week. First, quarterback Anthony Richardson is probably going to miss the rest of the regular season. That was reported by ESPN's Stephen Holder. This will be due in part to the season-ending surgery on his right shoulder. That's probably going to happen. Probably. That's what Jim Irsay told him. This is from that AC joint sprain in week 5. This is not the news we wanted to hear, although it was an option on the table since last week. From all the news we got about Richardson, it was probably the likely route. Now we're at about that 95% level where it's probably for sure going to happen. But we'll hold out for maybe some good news in the future. But today, another piece of bad news that broke today. Defensive tackle Grover Stewart has been suspended 6 games for performance-enhancing drug violation, PED. That's 2 Colts starters out, guys. What is going on? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Colts Nation, we cannot catch a break. We can't. Just after this brutal loss to Jacksonville, and things keep piling up. So let's just talk about Grover Stewart. He took full responsibility by releasing a statement on his Instagram account. I like that. So here's the quote. So I quote, "I want to apologize to the National Football League, the Colts organization, my teammates, our fans, and my family. I was surprised and disappointed to learn I had violated the policy. I respect the integrity of the game and would never put myself or the team in this kind of situation. I'm responsible for what I put in my body, and I should have taken the proper steps to educate myself. I will learn from this moving forward, and I will take the appropriate measures to ensure this never happens again." End quote. Look, it seems like he was surprised. So I don't think, I don't think he knowingly took a performance-enhancing drug. But he is right. He's responsible for what he puts in his body, as we all are. But this news really sucks for us. Grover Stewart is essential to this defensive line. That, this top 4 was a pretty good group starting the season. I know we've had some struggles in the past few weeks, but man, the guy has 20 tackles, 20 total tackles, with 2 tackles for a loss so far this season. He's a monster in that run stop game. It's not going to get you all these sacks, although, last year he had a good number of sacks last year. But really, he's that first guy that the running back will probably meet going up the middle. According to Pro Football Focus, Stewart recorded 12 run stops through 6 games. That's tied for the 8th highest mark among interior defensive tackles. 8th highest. This is how vital he is to our defensive line. And I can't take any more bad news, guys. This is getting absolutely ridiculous. I've already got my sadness out the way. I sent my tweets out. I really want, Anthony Richardson to be out there on the field. I'm going to the Colts-Panthers game in November. I really wanted to see him up there. So my selfish side is saying, I hope they can find a workaround to this surgery, because I really don't want his season to end like that. Although he would probably miss that game anyway. But for the rest of the season, I want to see our potential franchise quarterback get those reps in, get better in time. But guys, a little quick reminder, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment below with your thoughts. Colts Nation, this is the best way to support us as it gets our video out to other passionate Colts fans. And ladies and gentlemen, it is completely free. Let me know what you guys think right now. There's a lot that has happened in the past 7 days if you're a Colts fan, and it's all been bad news. But yeah, I really wanted to see Anthony Richardson out there, but it's fine. The rational side of me is saying, hey, look, if surgery is the best route for his long-term health, I want him healthy. I want him out there in 2024. I want him out there. That's because if he goes out there with an injured throwing shoulder and he re-injures it, and then it causes some problems in down the road, like that's what I don't want. So, I want him out there, but I want him out there healthy. So whatever it takes. But Grover Stewart, this got me off by surprise. I really don't think there's going to be any way we fill this void, with his type of production. We're talking about 8th highest mark among interior defensive tackles. That's really high, man. He's excellent in that run defense. So I think it's going to be a constant rotation until we can find someone to replace him, or if we find someone to replace him in the next 6 weeks. I should have stated that. I'm talking to Brian, Eric Johnson, Adetomo Adebawore. But guys, Adebawore, he's only played 15 defensive snaps this season. 15 defensive snaps. I mean, that could be like one really long drive. That's all he's played. 6 weeks. Brian and Johnson, they have 133 and 95 defensive snaps, respectfully. So they have gone on the rotation. So, Brian has a respectful piece in the rotation. Eric Johnson, to me, he still needs to show me a little bit more that he can be that rotational depth piece. Haven't really seen much of him as far as, creating value. And I can't really evaluate Adebawore at the moment. Extremely low snap percentage on the defensive side for him. So really, guys, it's going to be rough sailing ahead for the Colts defensive line. Big thing about this, for the 6-game suspension, Grover Stewart, it's in his final year of his 3-year extension that he signed in 2020. It's about almost $31 million. This is his contract year. This is his. I got to prove it to you guys that I'm valuable to this organization year. And in my humble opinion, I think this affects if the Colts re-sign him. It might have a small impact, but guys, I don't know. This just hurts. But here's another question. Will the Indianapolis Colts pursue a veteran free agent? Will that happen? It's possible. But I just think with the amount of disappointing news that have come our way, I think the Colts stay internal on this one, elevating a player from the practice squad possibly. We do have Telvin Agam still there. He kind of showed out in the preseason a little bit. So it'll be interesting. Regardless, it's another bullet taken after the Anthony Richardson news. Like we're still trying to grieve for our losses there, but then we lose Grover Stewart. We're down 2 starters now. Down 2 starters. I can't take this anymore. Let's hope for some good, unexpected good news ahead. But guys, 2 starters out, but it's still go Colts. Let's see what we can do in Cleveland come Sunday, or against Cleveland, I would say at home. That's going to be it for us, everyone. Thank you for listening to Colts Cast. We're live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or any platform you use to listen to podcasts. We'll be back next time to give you some more Indianapolis Colts content.